Hey, I'm Eydin Hansen. We're in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I got the Umarex Prymex, and today they've got it in both the 17 cal and 22, and today I'm actually shooting in the 22. So what I want to do is come out here to the old range and run some tests through it. So we'll start out at 15 yards and do some shots with it. So I'm going to run down a couple of the features, what you get in the box if you open it right from the beginning. You'll get the scope. It'll also have some scope rings that come with it here on top. They'll mount in. There's some little notches here, so you got to pay attention to those when you're mounting them up, and that'll help keep it stabilized as it is a Springer. So on this right here, we can pull off the scope caps that come with it. It's a 4x32 scope, again mounted to the top. As you move up here, we also have fiber optic sights that you guys can dial in. So if you don't like the scope, if you're more of a person that likes to shoot without a scope, then you can run it with open sights on top of that. It is a brake barrel. So when we get up here to the brake barrel side of it, the way that we're going to load this is we just pop the top up here. We're going to pull it down into position. I'm going to hold with my opposite hand as I grab a pellet, and then I'll go ahead and place that into the top up here. And again, we're shooting JSBs today. They're the 15 grains, and we'll put that in place. So JSB 15 grains with the Prymex 22 caliber. We're going to run it through the scope. Oh, the other thing I forgot to tell you too is you can adjust the front portion of this to fit your eye. You might have to screw it out. I wear glasses normally, not just like range glasses, but regular glasses. And so if you have to do that, you'll have to unscrew this the opposite direction until it really comes out a lot further. Then it'll adjust for what you're shooting inside the glasses. So shooting off a stand today just so we can get our best results. There's a little bit of a breeze, and I think we should be good to go. So what I'm going to do is we've got a brand new target up there. I'm going to shoot a 10-shot group. We'll shoot at the bullseye, and we'll see how it rolls. Other than that, there's a few points on here you can use to oil up. There's a hole back here in the back. You can put a little oil there. I tend to place some oil there. If you can, I'll shoot just a tad bit up in here and a tad bit on the opposite side. There's also some more pivot points you'll see underneath. Go ahead and oil those up. And you don't have to have a ton, just literally squirt and that's it. And then I tend to wipe it down to make it work a little bit better. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing to the range, and we'll start up down here. 15 grain pellets, JSBs, Umarex Prymex, 22 cal. All right, now that we're at range time, so I'm gonna go ahead, wind's picked up a little bit here, it's a little breezy, but I'm gonna take 10 shots here with the JSBs. We're sitting out at 15 yards right now, and we'll go ahead and shoot it, and going for center bullseye, and we'll let the GoPro downrange catch it. So one thing to note here is the safety. Every time that you cock the gun, because it is a brake barrel, this safety will automatically be put on. To take it off of safety, you push this portion of it forward, and then you're right there on the trigger. So it's the opposite direction of which way you pull the trigger. So we'll line that up. There's one. And you'll notice the smoke that's coming out of the barrel there a little bit. So if you get these guns and they're brand new, they're going to have a factory oil. They're going to have factory oil inside the gun. You don't really want to spray the oil down the barrel. It does a thing called dieseling, but you'll see a little bit of that smoke start coming out. It takes about probably 20 shots or so, brand new. And the other thing you can do is drag a patch down the gun if you want. You can drag a patch down the gun if you want to clean the barrel out. That way, if there's anything else that's in there, it'll clean it out. So what I normally do with the Springers or the gas piston or brake barrels, however you want to call them, is I'll usually run about 50 rounds through it, then I'll pull one patch through it. That tends to get your groups to close up a little bit. So that shot was pretty good. Keeping them all inside the orange there. And the action will actually get smoother the more that you shoot it. It'll start to smoothen out. That was 4. That was 5. Fiber optic sights are real easy to adjust on this. All you have to do with the fiber optic sights up here in the front is there's a little screw up thing up here. You dial it up and down just like you normally would with the scope. Back here on the right, you can go right and left with this. And they're actually, I mean, we're in moderate daylight right now. I mean, it's bright outside, but with a little bit cloudy day, but they're really standing out. So if you don't choose to shoot with a scope, then you can shoot with the open sights. That was 6. GoPro capturing all this. Got the O-ring on the back. If you notice on here where we load up the pellet, there's a little O-ring that runs around there. You want to keep some lubrication on that. Works good. I put a little Seal 1 on there, or a little ballast or whatever your choice is. Something that's not going to be eating up the rings. That's 7. Got a good grouping going now. I had one in there that was a flyer. I don't think it could be the shooter. And here's number 8. Two more to go. You can see that little bit of smoke coming out of there. That's a little residual oil that's being burned up in there. And that'll go away over time. And technically we don't really want to put oil down the barrel, so. And here comes number 10. That one hit just a little bit lower. Your groups will tighten up over time as you're shooting. Air guns are weird. They're kind of like driving different cars. So this gun right here may love 15 grain. It may love 18 grain, depending on what it is. So depending on what you choose, you can go through all your pellets, find which one it shoots the best with, and then stick with that. So here's shot number 10. Then we'll go down and take a look at the target. That's shot number 10. We'll safe the gun up. On these, I tend to break the barrel. That just gives you a shot while you're out on the range. But that's the Umarex Prymex N22 caliber, shot with a 4x32 scope. It's an Axion scope or Umarex scope that comes with it. Your choice, shoot at open sights, or you can shoot with the scope on there. So what we'll do is go down there and take a look, see what we have down there on the target. Okay, so we're walking up here to take a look at the turret. This one was a flyer at the beginning. I don't know if that was me or that was the pellet, but that's our group there, 15 yards. So for a backyard shooter, that's actually pretty good. So just so you know, that was a JSB 15 grain. We also have the brimstones, which shoot at an 18 grain. They actually shoot just as good, and they tend to work out great. So you guys go out in your backyard and practice. But what I really want to show you is for a break barrel for $109.99, you get to have yourself a backyard shooter, something to take care of some pests. 22 caliber, Umarex Prymex. We also make it in 17. I'm Eydin Hansen. We're out here in Fort Smith, Arkansas. This is our home. You guys have fun shooting lead.